Right, so welcome to Ugbs 302, and the course is research methods. So in this course, it has been divided into two parts. One is quantitative part, and the other one is what? Qualitative part. So the qualitative part deals with the reading aspect. So that one I'll urge you all to, read on your own. So I'll be starting with the quantitative part. So this is the quantitative session. You get it. So we are having the qualitative one with that one deals about reading. So this is the quantitative one. All right. So we are going to start with data. Today our focus is on data. Right. So the definition of data. What is data? They are saying data is a collection of observations. Now one may ask, what's the meaning of observation? Okay. So any idea meaning of observation? So let me read what I have here. We are saying that observation is the active acquisition of information from a primary source. So when you acquire an information from a primary source, that's why we term that what observation. You get it? You are making inquiries about something. You get it? You want to conclude on something. Before you conclude on something, you have to make inquiries. That's why they are saying that. That's why they are saying that it's a collection of observations. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now we are saying this data is divided into two parts. So we have the categorical data and numerical data. All right, so I was asking the meaning of observations or the data. Who can explain it for me? Any idea, just bring it on board. The meaning of observations or data. Hello. So as I said, data is a collection of observations. And I was asking if someone can summarize the definition of data for us, like another definition for data. Has anyone? Hello. Okay. Yes, is it?
So I would say data is basically the collection of facts, ideas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So yes, you are trying to conclude on something. So before you conclude on something, you need the facts. Okay, so thank you for that definition. And you are saying the data has been what? Divided into two parts. So we have the categorical data and what? Numerical data. And now the categorical data is also called the qualitative data. And also the numerical data is called what? The quantitative data. So the categorical is the qualitative. You get it? And the numerical data is what? Quantitative. So you have categorical or qualitative data, numerical or quantitative data. Now, what is the definition for categorical data? So we are saying that it's simply the English. You get it? The English. The categorical data deals with the English. And the numerical data deals with what? Numbers. Okay, so with the categorical data, is the response someone gives after you ask a question. You get it? Or after you make an inquiry. Now, you are asking questions. You get it? You want to get facts. You want to conclude on something. You are doing research. So you need response from what? Your, the target, those you are doing the research with. You get it? So you send the questionnaires to them, and you need their responses. You get it? So the categorical is simply the English or the statement that someone makes after you ask a question or you make an inquiry. You get it? So it's simply the English or the statement or the response someone gives after you ask a question. Now let's come to the numerical or quantitative data. So when you talk of numerical or quantitative data, It simply means the number. You get the numbers. So if a question is asked and the response that someone gives is number, or it's talking about what? Number. Then we say that is what? A numerical data. So I hope you are clear with the two. The two talks about what? The English or the statement, whilst the numerical deals with what? The numbers. Are you okay with that? So let me use the whiteboard.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so I was saying the categorical data is simply the English. You get it? The English or the statement that someone makes after you ask a question or after you make an inquiry. And the numerical data is also the numbers. It's talking about numbers when you ask a question and the response that someone gives is about number. Because so how old are you? I'm 12 years, 13 years. So that 13 years is a number. So that one it falls under the numerical data. What is your name? What is your name? What is your name is talking about what? The categorical data. Because the name is talking about what? The English. So the response that you will need from the person will be in what? Statement. It will not be in what? Numbers. What's your name? You can't tell the person, my name is 1234. No. You definitely spell something for the person. So that's the main difference. You get it? Now, with these types of data, with the categorical data and numerical data, we are having a scale of measurement for these two. You get it? You are having the scale of measurement in these two, or the content of information contained in the data. So when you take categorical data, we have some contents of information contained in that data. When you take numerical data too, we have another set of what? Contents of information contained in that numerical data. So let's look at the scale of what? The various scale of measurement for the various data. So we are having alright. So when you take categorical, for instance, it's having what? Two scale of measurement. So one is nominal and one is what? Ordinal. One is what? Ordinal and one is what? Nominal. So nominal and what? Ordinal. Yes. So these are the scale of measurement or the level of measurement we have under what? Categorical data. You get it? So as I said, the categorical deals with what? The statement or the English. You get it? When you ask a question and the response that will be given is about what? English, or it's about what? Statement. Then we classify that one to what? Categorical data. And I'm saying that the scale of measurement for categorical data, we're having two. We have nominal and ordinal. Are you okay up to this part? Are you okay up to this part? We have a question. If you have a question, let me know before I move on. Okay, so I guess you are okay with it.
Please, what's the difference between the nominal and the ordinal?
I'm about to tackle that.
Okay, sir.
Then do you understand the difference between categorical and what? Numerical data? Hello, do you understand that part? Therefore, do you understand the difference, or do you know the differences? The categorical and numerical. Do you know the difference?
No, please, I don't know the differences.
I just came. So we said that the categorical deals with what? The English. or a statement. You get it? So when you are making an inquiry, you get it? When you are making an inquiry, the response that someone will give to you is about a statement. It's talking about categorical data. But when the response is talking about numbers, or the response that will be given is about numbers, we are seeing that one will fall under numerical. So what is your name? You get it? Which school did you complete? You get it? That one is talking about statement. So the answer or the reply that you are expecting will be in statement form. And if it's in statement form, bear in mind it's under categorical. But if the reply you are going to give is about numbers, that one we turn it as numerical data. Numerical data. So how old are you? How long do you get it? So this, all of this, how they are talking about what? Numbers. So it's first under categorical, numerical data. Sorry. So we are saying we have the scale of measurement or level of measurement. So with the categorical, the level of measurement, we have nominal and ordinal. Nominal and ordinal. Now, what is the nominal? What is the meaning of this nominal scale of measurement? This nominal, what is the meaning? So we are saying that it's a categorical data that cannot be ordered. A categorical data that cannot be ordered. In other words, it has no intrinsic order. Do you get it? So you cannot order this type of data. I hope you know the meaning of order. Like you are sorting. I don't know if you are getting me. So that you can rank them. That's what I mean. So with the nominal data, you cannot order it. Its order is meaningless because you cannot order it. So when I say, let's say, I mention the names of phones, you get it? The names of phones. Maybe someone can do his own rankings, but in natural case, you cannot order phones. You get it? Or let's say, towns in Ghana. You get it? So if I say Takwa, you have this information. You get it? Takwa, Kumasi, let's say Cape, Elmina, Winneba. Now you have this information there, and you are being told to order this. You get it? From the highest to the lowest, or from the lowest to the highest. How are you going to order this type of data? They are just the names of towns or cities. So how are you going to order this particular data? So this one, they are not possible. So if you have something like this, it's talking about what the categorical, and the scale of measurement is talking about what the nominal. Please, do you get it? So the order is what meaningless. You cannot order it. You cannot order it. You get it? So the meaning of ordinal is the opposite of what? The meaning of ordinal is the opposite of what? The nominal. So with this one, we are seeing that it's a categorical data that can be ordered. You get it? And it has an intrinsic order. You get what I'm trying to say? So with this type of data, you can order them. You can order them. You can order them. So let's say you have the grades of, let's say, a particular course. So we have A, C, D plus, E, D plus, F, let's say C plus D. You have this kind of data. You are being told to order them, let's say from highest to lowest. I think that one is descending order, right? Yes. So if you are told to do this kind of ordering, how are you going to do it? Like, I think with this one you can do that. So this one it will be A, then B plus follows, then B, C plus follows, D, D plus, right? So C plus C, then D plus D, E, then F. So you can rank them, you can order them. So this one, the order is meaningful. You get it? The order is meaningful. You can order them. So this one is from highest to what? Lowest. But with the nominal, you cannot order them. So you see this one, we were having the data here, and we were able to what? Order it. But with this one, with the TAPA, the names of towns and cities is falls under nominal. You cannot order it. Though we're talking about what? Categorical. They are all categorical. You get it? They are similarity. They are all categorical. They are all categorical. So one can be ordered, one cannot be ordered. Take note, one can be ordered, and the one that can be ordered is what? The ordinal. And the one that cannot be ordered is what? The nominal. Because you're having names of cities and towns in Ghana. It's definitely talking about a statement, so it falls under categorical data. Now, which level of measurement is that? You cannot order these ones from lowest to highest. No, you cannot order. So this one falls under nominal. It's a categorical data, all right, but it cannot be ordered. The order is meaningless. But with the ordinal, it's also a categorical data, but it can be ordered. It has an implicit order. The order is what? Meaningful. It makes sense. When you order it, it makes sense. You see this one, A, B plus, from highest to lowest, it makes sense. But with the TAPA, you cannot order it. It won't make sense. You can do your own ordering, your own rating, but it won't make sense. So basically, this is what we have under categorical data, nominal and ordinal. And this nominal and ordinal are the scale of measurement for categorical data. So who is having a question up to this part? I want to move on to the numerical data. And that one, we are having two levels of management. So that one, we will take it. I'll take it and explain that one too. So who is having a question here? Who is having a question? Do you understand? I want to move to the next data. Hello. Do you understand? Can I move on?
Yeah, we are cool with that. You can move on.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's move on to the second data. So the second type of data we said is about what? Numerical data. And with the numerical data, we are having two scale of measurement or two levels of measurement. You get it? Categorical was having two. So this one, two. And they are interval and ratio. The scale of measurement is interval and what? Ratio. Interval and ratio. You get it? So this is also the scale of measurement under what? Numerical data. And I said the numerical data deals with numbers. When you're making inquiries, you're doing research, you want facts from the people. So you go to them, you ask them questions. So if you ask them questions and the response that will be given to you is talking about numbers, it falls under numerical data. So how long, how many years, like how old are you, those types of questions, you get it. it all falls under numerical data. And you're having two scale of management, with the management, two scale of measurement, or the level of measurement for numerical data is also two. You are saying one is interval, the other one is ratio. Now the interval is talking about the gap between two numbers, the gap between two numbers. So range, the gap between what? Two numbers. So this is talking about the interval. You get it? And there is no absolute zero. There is no absolute zero. You get it? So if you ask a question and the answer will not include zero, that question being asked is what? Talking about numbers. But the response, the possible response that you get does not include zero, then it means it's talking about what? The interval as a scale of measurement for numerical data. You understand? And the ratio too is the opposite of what? The interval. So if this one is the gap between two numbers, the ratio is talking about what? A single number. So this one is talking about, it's just a single number. Ratio is a single number. You get it? So this one, there is what? A true zero. You get it? There is a true zero or an absolute zero. So with this ratio to, if you ask the question, the numerical data, the reply that you get, the possible answers or the possible replies include zero, then it falls under ratio. So how much do you have on you? What is your income and stuff? So this one is talking about what? Numbers. How much do you have on you right now? It can be that you're having what? 0 Ghanaian cedis on you. You get it? You're having 0 Ghanaian cedis on you. So if that happens, it's talking about what? Ratio, because there is a true zero. There is a true zero. The possible answer can be what? 0. So now you get the difference between interval and ratio as a scale of measurement for numerical data. You get the difference. You solve questions with it. So if you don't get anything, just draw my attention for me to explain. I'm listening. So the interval is talking about the gap. You get it? So we are having data. So at times the questionnaires that will be supplied, I hope you've filled some before. So you see that when you get to the age, they don't write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just give us range. Let's say from 0 to 1 to 18, 21 to 19 to let's say 25, 26 to yes. So wherever you belong, the range that you fall in, you just take that place. So that's talking about the interval, the gap between two numbers. But when you talk about ratio, that one is talking about what? Single number. There's a true zero or absolute zero. But with the interval with the gap, there is no what? Absolute zero. Now, what's a zero? Like the zero, what is the meaning of zero? Zero. Who can tell me something about this word, zero? Oh, I'm listening. Who can just tell me something about zero? We don't know zero. Okay. So I was asking about zero.
Okay, when we talk about zero, zero means it has no quantity or it's just a number. Yeah.
You said
I said when we talk about zero, zero means it has no quantity or it's a number. Zero is a number. Yeah.
okay. So I'm having a definition here. They are saying no zero, no quantity or no number. You get it? No quantity or no number. But I'm quoting someone. Someone gave a definition. The person said zero is something or nothing. Something or nothing. That can be something or nothing at a particular point in time. You get it? So they are saying that zero is something or nothing. I know for now it will make sense, but you understand it later. So zero is something or nothing. That can be something or nothing at a particular point in time. I'm quoting someone. Now, how do you explain this one? Zero can be something or nothing at a particular point in time. How do you explain this one? Now, when I call you back for and tell you back for I'm sending you airtime, and you ask how much, then I tell you I'm sending you zero. You even insult me, you get it? Because zero, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But if I call you and I'm owing you, let's say 5 cedis, you get it? 5, the number 5. And I call you back for I'm sending you the 5 cedis. But I will add 1 0 to it. The same zero. The first one, the zero was nothing. But the second one, I'm adding 0 to it. The 5 cedis change to at 50 cedis. And I tell you, oh, hold on, I'm adding another 0. Now it's 500. I tell you, I'm adding another 0, 5,000. You see, the zero, this same 0 that was nothing is now something right now. Because at first, I was supposed to send you 5 cedis, just 5. And I told you I'm adding 0. Later on, I said I'm adding 0 again. Later on, I said I'm adding another 0, making 3 zeros. That's why they say accountants or more comfort, they use zeros to fill money. It's true. Because just 3 zeros I added, see the difference. You get it? So that's why the person gave a definition that 0 is something or nothing. That can be something or nothing at a particular point in time. At a particular point in time, because with the first scenario, I mentioned only 0. That point in time is nothing. But here it was 5. And I said I'll add 3 zeros to it, making 5,000. It is something here. Do you get the difference? Do you get the difference now?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So let's move on. All right. So I have a question here. I want to add that question. So this one is actually talking about the range interval. So what is the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80? What is the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80? Who can tell me the answer? You just type. If you are not okay talking, you can type. I'm waiting for the answers. What is the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80? Okay, I've got 2 answers. All right. Only 2 response. They are all saying.
Come again. What did you say?
I said the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80. Yes, I'm waiting for the replies. What's the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80? Should we take this just these two replies? No one is having alternative. Me, I'm asking you. I want to know the ideas before I explain this one. Okay, so I was asking a question. I said, what is the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and 80? Yes, are we saying the same thing, or you come again with different answers? Yep. Hello. Okay. So then again, interesting. And for now, all right. Okay, so we are all saying 10. Now the answer is 0. Now, how did you find the difference? So 10 and 60, definitely you just subtracted 50 from what? 60. Then you got the 10. And 70 and 80, you subtracted 70 from 80 to get 10. So we are thinking the range is what? 10. But have you forgotten the end? We mentioned 3 ends. So 50 and 60, that's first end. And 70 and 80. You get it. So what's the difference between so I asked the difference between 50 and 60 and 70 and what? 80. Bear in mind, the first end you do subtraction, second end you do subtraction, the third end you do this subtraction. What about the middle end here? So with the first one, you get 10 here. So with the first one, you get 10. Second one, you get what? 10. You use the end to find a difference. You get it. And I mean, I'm talking about the middle one. So this one too, it means the difference is so subtraction. So you have to subtract 10 from 10. Then you get 0. So that's how you got answer to what? 0. All right. You get it? You get it? Do you get it now?
Yes, you get it.
All right. So, all right. Thank you. So, I want to ask a question. Age, for instance, like, does it fall under, the scale of measurement for numerical data is what? Interval and ratio. So if you are being asked, where can we place age under the scale of the two scales of measurement? Where can we place age? Because we said the interval is gap between two numbers. You get it? And the age is talking about what? A single number. Ratio is talking about a single number. And ratio, they said it can be what? 0. There is true 0. But with the range, there is no one true 0. There is no absolute 0. And I'm asking, where are you going to place age? Will you place it under ratio, or you place it under interval? Where are you going to place it?
Ratio, please. Ratio.
All right, thank you. Because it can be 0. You get it? Age can be 0.
Yes.
But the other time I asked something, I said there is one country which doesn't believe that age can be 0 when you have not been born. There's one country, they don't believe in that. So that one, they believe that the moment like the woman gets pregnant, you get it. Yes, you got it right. But I'll say China, but I don't know for Korea. Yes. So maybe if it is the Asia, I don't know, but I know for China. For them, the moment the woman gets pregnant, they start counting your age from there. You get it. So that one, they don't believe age is not 0. Age is 0 when you have not been born. No, they don't believe in that. They believe that the moment the woman gets pregnant, they start counting your age. Even in the womb, they will count. All right. So this was just by the way. Now let's come to the slides and find some example. Then we move on to solve some examples here. Then we close for the day. Okay. So let's look at this: sex, employment, marital status, gender. Will we be able to order them?
Yes.
Will it fall under this one? This one is what? English or sentence. So it falls under categorical data. And I'm saying sex, employment, marital status, gender. Can you order them?
No, you can't order them.
No, you can't order them. Thank you. So that's very important. You can't order them. So that one is what? This type of data is
Nominal.
categorical nominal. Thank you. So the data type is categorical and the scale of measurement is what? Nominal. Then let's come to the second point. In a data set, males could be coded as 0s, females as 1s. Here, the scale of measurement is still nominal. Who can explain this? Because this one, don't see that because of this 0 and 1, this one, it has been what? Like it is having numbers, so it's fall under category numerical. No, that's wrong. They only quantify, like they coded it. So they cannot write females. So instead of females, they represented it by what? 1. And instead of male, they represented it with what? 0. Now, sex, what is the male and female? You cannot order them. You cannot say that male is important than female or female is important than what? Male. You get it? So with this one too, is still categorical nominal. I told you the categorical is a type of data. You get it? Who can give me the categorical meaning, the data? Let's see if you are really following. The nominal, the categorical data, what's the meaning? So I said the English, you get it, or the statement that you receive after you ask a question or you make an inquiry. And the numerical is talking about what the numbers that you will receive after you make inquiries or you ask questions. That's the difference. And the scale of measurement, we are saying that categorical is having 2, numerical is having 2. So categorical, they are nominal and what? Ordinal. And nominal is the type of data that cannot be ordered. Ordinal can be ordered. Their order is what? Meaningful. But with the nominal, their ordering would be what? Meaningless. Let's come to the numerical. Numerical too is a type of data. The scale of measurement for numerical, there are two. There are also two. They are interval and ratio. Interval is talking about gap between two numbers. Ratio is talking about what? A single number. A single number. All right. So this is the meaning. Now let me give you this mnemonics. Now they can ask you for the levels of measurement for the data types. I mean the two, all of the two, categorical and numerical. Give us like the, I mean, how do I put it? From the highest to what? The lowest. I mean from the strongest to the what? Weakest. You get, or from the weakest to the strongest. So we are seeing that the weakest level of measurement is what? The nominal. The weakest scale of measurement is what? The nominal. Followed by the ordinal. You get it. Then you get interval, then the ratio. You get it. So they are saying that the ratio, the ratio is what? The highest level of measurement. So use this mnemonics or these abbreviations to remember NOIR. That's the from weakest to what? Strongest. You get it. So this one is talking about the levels of measures from weakest to what? Strongest. All right. So it's nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. And when they ask strongest to weakest, you just turn it. It will be ratio, interval, ordinal, nominal. All right. Thank you. So let's move on. So it's here. You can see the steps. So nominal here. Then we are saying nominal attributes are only named. So that's the weakest. So it's talking about what? The statement or simply English. Ordinal attributes can be what? Ordered. That one too is the same English or statement, but you can order them. But the nominal, it's English or statement, but you cannot order them. The interval is talking about numerical. Interval and ratio is talking about numerical. This one, they are saying interval, there is no what? Zero. There's no absolute zero. There's no true zero. Ratio, there's what? Absolute zero. There can be zero. And that's the strongest level of what? Measurement. And I gave you the definition of what? Zero. I said zero is something or nothing. That can be something or nothing at a particular point in time. I explained the reason why that explanation, I used that explanation. You get it? Okay. So we are done. So these are the ratio data examples. We are seeing income. Can you see the slides? Can you see?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ratio data examples. So we have income, amount of sugar in an orange, number of employees, age, distance, height, weight, time needed to run a mile. They are all talking about what? Ratio data. All right. So the nominal and ordinal talks about what? The qualitative part. Or in other words, the nominal and ordinal talks about the categorical, that's the qualitative. And the interval and ratio talks about our quantitative data. That one is what? The numerical. So let's look at the nominal categories. Categorical, no ordering or no direction. Ordinal, there's what? An order, rankings or scalings, ordered categories. You can order them. Interval, differences between measurements, but no true zero. So the interval, gap between two numbers, but there is no zero. You get, there can never be zero. The ratio data is also saying that differences between measurement and true zero exist. So the ratio data is talking about a single number, but that one there's a true zero. How much do you have on you? You get it. Now, have this exercise here. I would like us to share our opinions on this one. I will need more hands. beg you. So I'll read and you what? Give me the answer. So we are saying identify the type of data and measurement. So this is how we will do it. If the answer is the data type is categorical and the scale of measurement is what? Nominal. Just say categorical nominal. If the data type is categorical, scale of measurement is what? Ordinal. Say that categorical ordinal. And bear in mind, interval cannot move to what? Interval cannot match with either interval cannot match with categorical because interval is for numerical. Ratio cannot match with what? Cannot be matched to category because it's related to what? Numerical. So identify the type of data and measurement scale described in each of the following examples. I read. An opinion poll was taken asking people which party they would vote for in a general election. So we are about to vote. They are having general election. And an opinion poll was taken asking people which party they would vote for in a general election. So which type of data is this? And what's the scale of measurement for this particular statement? Yes, you can type. If you don't want to talk, you can type. You know, type. So what is the data type and what is the scale of what measurement?
So can I say the data type is qualitative, that's categorical?
Is it?
The data type is qualitative, that's categorical.
Okay. And the scale?
And the scale, please, can you clarify what it again? Did you say the nominal is the one that can? You said it's nominal and come again.
Nominal and ordinal.
Ordinal, and you said nominal cannot be. You said it cannot be. What is the difference?
Nominal cannot be ordered. Ordinal cannot be ordered.
Okay.
Okay, so Jessica, you said categorical, ordinal. Really? Come again. Yeah, boss.
Categorical and is nominal.
Yes, thank you. Categorical is nominal. Now, it's categorical because the response that you asked demands statements or English. There is no number in this. So first of all, it's categorical data. And it's nominal because you cannot order the parties. You get it? So you cannot say that party A is better than party B, party C is better than party D. No. That might be your like your view. But in general, you cannot order like parties in contesting for particular position. No. You cannot rank them. So it's categorical and nominal. You get this part? Do you get this part?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, please. We get it.
So the ordinal is the one that can be ordered. You can rank them. 2, a market researcher stops you in Spinter's Road and asks you to rate between 1, disagree strongly, and 5, agree strongly. Your response to opinions presented to you. Okay, so what is a data type and what is the scale of measurement here?
This is the data type for this one is numerical, and the scale is ratio.
Is there come again?
The data type is numerical, and the scale is it's not ratio, it's the other one.
Interval.
The gap, the interval, the one that has the gap.
Okay, let me come in. Don't yes. And I'm telling her she shouldn't like let the 1 and 5 she's seeing deceive her. No. This one, a market researcher stops you and asks you to rate. This one, you are rating between strongly disagree and what? Agree strongly. So we just represented them with what? Numbers. But the answers they are demanding will be in one statement. So they disagree strongly, maybe it will be plenty on the what questionnaire. So the researcher will just represent that strongly disagree by 1 and agree strongly by 5. So don't make the numbers deceive you, because the market researcher is asking you to rate. Now, if you see the word rate, if you see the word rate, it means you can order it because you rate them. You can like order them 1, 2, 3. Do you get it? So you can say that agree strongly will be on top, then disagree strongly will be on will be at the bottom. You get it? So this one would be, someone said he disagrees. So what would be the answer?
Super, it will be categorical and ordinal.
Categorical and ordinal. Categorical and ordinal. Do you all understand? That's the answer. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I don't understand. Explain further.
Okay. Do you really understand the data types?
Yeah, I do.
And what's the meaning of categorical?
The categorical is the qualitative.
That's the English aspect, the statement.
Yeah, the English aspect. When you ask someone a question, I mean the response.
Yes, what is your name? Where do you come from? Yes. And what's the meaning of numerical data?
So that one is basically the figures you'll be given.
Yes, the numbers that will be given after you ask a question or you make an inquiry. Good. Now we have 2 scales of measurement for each data type. So with the categorical, we are having 2 levels of what? Measurement, or 2 scales of measurement. They are ordinal and nominal. Do you understand the nominal and ordinal? Hello, Apusia, do you understand the meaning of ordinal and nominal?
Please come again, please. My network got interrupted. Please.
I said we are having 2 scales of measurement for each of the data types.
Yes.
And the scale of measurement for categorical data, we are having, first of all, we have nominal and ordinal.
Yeah.
Can you differentiate between ordinal and nominal?
So you said the nominal is the one that cannot be ordered and the ordinal is the one that can be ordered.
Okay. Perfect. And so looking at the second point, is it which data type and what's the scale of measurement? What is the data type and what's the scale of measurement? What you just said.
Okay, so a market researcher stops you in Spinter's Road and asks you to rate between 1, disagree strongly, and 5, agree strongly. Your response to opinions presented to you. So does that mean that the disagree? I'm confused at the 1 disagree strongly, and so is it that they are representing the 1 with disagree strongly and the
exactly
5
they are coding it? It's like we see in the previous slide, we saw male and female. They just use 0 for male, 1 for female. It doesn't mean the zeros and ones are numerical data. No.
Right.
So do you get the reason why it's categorical now? Do you understand it now? Do you understand it now? Maybe a network. Hello. Yo.
Hello, Pastor. Please come again. My network was interrupted, but I get it now.
I said do you get it now?
Yeah, I get it. So
Okay,
you said it's categorical, what? Ordinal or
yes,
nominal?
ordinal.
Ordinal. Okay.
Okay, who was calling? Who was calling?
It was me, but like it's all good. So let's continue.
Okay. So the last one, incomes of Ghanaians musicians. Incomes of Ghanaians musicians. Yes, who is talking? What is the data type and what is the scale of measurement?
This one is numerical.
Numerical, yes, incomes. So it's talking about the money aspect. So demand figures. Okay, so the data type is numerical. And what is the scale of reference? The scale of measurement.
This one is interval or the gap between.
So this one is not talking about gap. Incomes of Ghanaians musician. Do you have? Yes. So it's possible that one musician will receive zero income. You get it?
Okay.
So if there is a true zero, there is an absolute zero, the possibility of getting zero is there. Just classify it as what? Ratio. So the incomes, it demands what? He said
I was also thinking that the
range. They didn't
gap,
ask.
so the range, so it can be from maybe 3,000
They didn't ask the range. They just mentioned incomes.
Okay.
You get it? It's numerical because it demands figures, but what? All right, so let's move on to exercise 2. So the Wall Street Journal subscriber survey asks 46 questions about subscriber characteristics and interests. State whether each of the following questions provided categorical or numerical data and indicate the measurement scale appropriate for each. So what is your age? What is the data type and what is the scale of reference? Yes, this one is fast. You can't talk, just type in the chat box. What is your age? What will be the data type and what will be the scale of measurement? What is your age? I'm listening. Just try. If you get it wrong, we are learning.
So
Okay, so numerical. Jessica, what is the scale of? Okay, and I talk.
It's categorical and it's nominal.
Categorical.
And nominal.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Agnes, your own is correct. Now, this one is not categorical.
Yeah.
I asked a question and you yourself, you answered. I said, where will you place age? And you told me it will be ratio, and ratio is under numerical. But though it's part question, but because there is age there, you cannot tell me it's what. Look at this. I'm looking for examples of ratio. You see that we have age here. See, ratio data examples. We are having age here. So there is no way this one will be under categorical. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I had a divided attention, that's why. Sorry.
So what is your age? You cannot tell a person ABCD. No. It will be in figures. It's a numerical ratio. Are you male or female? What is the data type and what is the scale of measurement? Next one. Are you male or female?
So this one is categorical and why do I keep on forgetting their scale of measurements? Categorical and the one that cannot be ordered.
Nominal. So
Nominal.
categorical, we have nominal and ordinal. And with numerical. We have interval. Interval and what? Ratio. Okay. When did you first start reading daily graphic? High school, college, early career, mid-career, late career, or retirement? Data type, scale of measurement. One person now is doing the thought. Okay.
So,
Because it's right.
So this one will be categorical and ordinal.
Ordinal. This one is categorical because it's in statement, and ordinal because you can order them. You can order them to early career, mid career, high school, college, retirement, or late career. You can order them. The order will make sense. You get it? Because this one is talking about education and lifestyle. You cannot start in high school. You have to start somewhere. Then you end up somewhere. You get it? So this one is categorical and it's ordinary because you can order them. Okay. How long have you been in your job or position? So how long? How long it demands figures. So this one data type, papa, then scale of measurement. Yes, fast. Who is answering? Who is answering? 5 minutes more. I want that to finish all the questions before time ends.
The answer is numerical and interval.
How long?
A.
How long?
How long have you been in your job?
So how long have you been in your job? Do you get it? There can be you as at now. Most of the students, we are not working. You get it? So we don't have jobs. So if someone asks you how long have you been in a job, we tell the person 0 because we are not working. You get it? With the possibility of getting 0. And we said that the ratio, if there's a possibility of getting 0, if there's a true 0 or absolute 0, it's talking about the ratio. So this one is numerical and what?
Ratio.
You get it?
Yeah, I think I have to be looking at it from the 0 perspective.
Yes, that would really help. Okay. What type of car do you want to next buy? 9 responses included BMW, Benz, Toyota, Hyundai, Ford, etc. What will be the
Benz. I want to buy Benz. I want to buy Benz.
Okay, really nice. So what's the data type and what is the scale of measurement?
So this one is categorical.
Categorical
and ordinal can be ordered.
No, you cannot order these cars. Maybe in your own perspective you can order it, but in actual sense you cannot order them. So this one is categorical, nominal.
But why can't you order it?
Can you order BMW, Benz, Toyota, Hyundai, Ford? So which one are you going to place first? Which one are you going to place last? Which one will be the second? Which one will be the third? And which one will be the fourth?
And even the responses are not even complete. It said 9 responses.
9 responses. You get it? Okay. So you cannot even rank them.
Yeah.
Thank you. So categorical and nominal. All right. So, what grade did you get in research methods? Is it A, F, D, B plus, or B? What's the data type and what scale of measurement?
Categorical and nominal.
What's the meaning of nominal?
You can't order.
So you can't order grades.
Yeah. Am I right? I'm confused.
You are confused. Oh, don't be confused.
It's nominal.
Is it nominal?
It's ordinal, sorry, ordinal.
Ordinal. Because I illustrated this one. I said if you have something like this and you are asked to what, arrange them in that order. This one you can arrange them. So we have first of all A is the important thing. Then B plus from this, B,
Okay. So,
and B, then F. So their order make what sense. It's meaningful. So if they
oh,
are
okay.
meaningful, you can.
I think I was taking the order in a different. I was thinking something else. I get it now. Yeah.
Okay, so as I said,
now.
as I said, their order makes sense. Do you get it? Can't you order them?
Okay. Okay, so please stop the recording and let me tell you something.
Okay, so with this one we have so as I said, categorical. We have nominal and nominal. And with the numerical, we have I think our ratio. So this one is just a reminder. All right, so let's move on. So this one, so what will be the data type and what will be the field of what will be the data type?
At this time, you said it was categorical.
Categorical and
What now?
and ordinal, because they are the order makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Foreign Affairs magazine conducted a survey to develop a profile of its subscribers. Foreign Affairs website, February 23, 2008. The following questions were asked. Comment on whether each question provides categorical or quantitative data. What is quantitative data? It's a numerical and indicates what the level of what measurement. So qualitative is categorical, quantitative is what numerical. And then level of management we know. I've written it here. All right. So these are the questions. So let's finish asking these questions and we close for the day. So first of all, hey, can you hear me? Akosia, can you hear me? Because one person saying he can't hear me. Hello, can you guys hear me? So how many? Now, when you see how many, it's talking about what figures. So this one is talking about numbers, numerical. That's the clue. Where do you purchase books? You cannot answer with numbers. So where do you purchase books? It's talking about statements, English. This one is categorical. Do you own a car? This one is English, categorical. All right. So how many nights have you stayed in a hotel? And I choose for this question is for you. It's not online. Okay, so any volunteer to answer this one? How many nights have you stayed in a hotel? Data type, scale of management. So scale of measurement.
How many nights have you stayed in a hotel? So 2 nights. So
Mhm. So what is the data type?
so numerical
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
am I right?
Yes, it's numerical because how many?
And yeah.
Okay, Jessica, you are right. Akuchi, I'm listening.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say and ratio as well.
Yes, correct. But it can be 0. There's possibility of getting 0.
Yeah.
But someone like myself, I've not spent a night in at the hotel before. Yes.
Me too.
So when you ask me how many nights, I'll just tell you 0. So this one is ratio. So just look at the how, the wordings. This one is how, where do you. So there are certain words when you see it tells you that it demands what numbers. So how many nights is talking about the number of times. So this one is talking about numbers. Where do you purchase your books? This one is will be in English statement form. So categorical. I've given you the clue. So where do you purchase books? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one is categorical and ordinal.
Categorical and
Ordinal.
can you order bookstore, internet and book club?
Hey, no. So it's nominal.
So categorical and nominal. Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you. So do you own a car? The rest when you talk,
Yes.
you can chat, like can send message in the chat box. I'll read it. Yes, it's good. Your own good. So do you own a car? What is the data type? What is the scale of measurement?
Yes.
Hello.
So this one too is categorical
And categorical and
ordinal.
okay, so Jessica, you are right. Okay, so I come again. Do you own a car? It should be yes or no. Can you order yes or no?
No. So it's nominal.
Good. It's not difficult to buy any so they are a little bit you. So
Yeah.
you get it. For foreign trips taken in past 3 years, what was your destination? 7 international destinations were listed. Okay, the last question. What is the data type? What is the scale of measurement?
Categorical and ordinal.
For foreign trips taken in the past 3 years, what was your destination? 7 international destinations were listed. Now, 7 international, so let's say foreign. So we have US, let's say Canada, we have
Germany.
Germany. So there are 7. So let's listen. Estonia, Finland, and France. So for foreign trips taken in the past 3 years, what was your destination? 7 international destinations were listed. You are saying categorical and ordinal.
Yeah.
Can you order the countries here? Can you order them? So which one will be on top? Which one will be the second? Which one will be the last?
Okay, you can't order them, but I was thinking that as in the country you went first, second, that way.
It was like in the past 3 years, what was your destination? So it's Categorical, nominal.
Okay.
You can't order them. All right, so thanks for your time. We have a tutorial set for this type, and I'll make it ready when we meet the next time before we start with our hypothesis. You get. So I'm urging you all to revise or go over what we've learned today. So in summary, we talked about data. We said data is a collection of what? Observations. And observation is making inquiries from what? Primary source. We are getting facts for your research. And we also said we have two types of data. We have the collective categorical data and what? Numerical data. And we said we have two levels of measurement or scale of measurement for each of the data types. So for categorical, we are having nominal and ordinal. For numerical, we are having interval and ratio. Now, the scale of measurement for categorical, that's a nominal and ordinal. With the nominal, it's a type of data that cannot be what? Ordered. They has no intrinsic order. Their order is meaningless. But with the ordinal, it's a opposite of nominal. The ordinal, the data can be ordered. They has a what? Intrinsic order. Their order is what? Meaningful. It makes sense. We move to numerical data. We are saying numerical data. It is having two scale of measurements. That is interval and ratio. With a ratio, it's a single number. And the interval is talking about a gap between two numbers. And with the gap, that's the interval, there is no absolute zero or a true zero. But with the ratio, there is a true zero or absolute zero. And we also move on to find the levels of managers. I mean, when you want to order them, when you want to read them, the weakest one is what? Nominal, followed by ordinal. Then we move to what? Interval. And the strongest is what? Ratio. So weakest to strongest is nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Strongest to weakest. Then ratio starts first. Interval comes. Ordinal, then the weakest one what? The last one what? Nominal. Then we solved some examples. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our first session in Ugbs 302. Thanks for making it an interesting class, I might say. Right. Thank you for your time as well. Bye-bye and good night.
Thank you too. Bye.
You're welcome.